Today we're going to use our sketchbook to create a line landscape. So we're just going to be using lines to create a texture, and we're going to use a little bit of overlapping to create our illusion of space. So some things are in front of others. So again, we're referring to those elements of art of line, shape, color, form, value, and texture and space. So what we're kind of doing, like I said, is we're using our lines to create that texture. And then by overlapping them a little bit, we're giving it as the illusion of space, as some things are in front of others. So you can obviously do this in colored pencil or in just pencil or in like colored pens or crayon. I would say whatever you're using, you're probably going to want it to be the sharpest that you can, just so that you have a little bit more control and you can make some finer lines. If you would like to start with a pencil and draw it out first, you can do that, or you can go straight in with your colored pencil. What you're going to do is you're going to think about what you want in the front first. So I'm going to maybe draw some grass down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of make mine kind of jagged line like this to kind of be like grass sticking up. And then maybe I want a row of some bushes in the background, some fluffy bushes. So I'm just going to kind of hill over here, a rolling hill. So maybe I want another hill over here. I want to put a little tree maybe here. So I'm going to kind of draw my tree up here. Now see, I've kind of got this tree and the hills kind of going through it, so it doesn't quite look right, does it? So what I need to do is to make sure that I maybe erase that line. And you can see by doing that, now the tree trunk here is in front of that. It's blocking that edge of that mountain because that tree was going to be closer to you, so it's going to hide you seeing that edge. Now I'm going to kind of put my tree up here. So I've got my simple basic tree. I don't have to be too elaborate here. And then maybe I'm going to draw a real jagged mountain here. And then maybe I'm going to draw a little cloud here in the sky. And maybe another little one. Now, how we've got these kind of basic shapes in, it's pretty simple now, right? But what we can do is we can start to add our lines to create that texture. And I'm going to use colored pencils today. And I'm going to use my different colors of colored pencils and just draw varying lines of, last time we used as we were following a grid, we used all straight geometric lines. This time we're going to use a combination of those straight lines and some more organic or curvy lines as well. So with my grass, I kind of want it to look like blades of grass. So I'm just going to kind of come in here, fill this in with kind of lines of color. Now this next one here, like a flowering bush. So I'm just going to draw some lines kind of following that outline. And I'm just going to draw my lines, maybe even go over this first line that I did. And I'm just going to fill this in with these wavy lines. And then once I get to spots where it's going over a line that I've been for, I want to make sure that I stop. Instead of drawing through it, that I stop to make it look like that grass is growing in front. So we're putting that grass in front. So that grass is blocking any of these lines. So when I get to a spot, I'm going to stop and I'm going to fill in all these spaces. And then we'll just keep filling in all of our spaces with our lines. Now with your tree, you can kind of make it so that it looks a little bit like your bark. So you can kind of follow this line up and down and kind of just follow that tree, the shape of the tree. And you can even add some of those maybe branches up into here and just kind of draw to give it that look. And then for your tree, kind of same thing, you can kind of just follow it around. And you don't have to maybe just draw all solid lines. You could draw some short little lines. Again, I'm stopping at the tree and then continuing the line behind. And I'm just going to use my pencil to draw lines here in my clouds, and I'm just going to kind of draw straight-ish lines really close together here to fill in that shape of the cloud. And then now I'm going to do something similar, but I'm just going to draw some lines across the sky. I'm just going to kind of draw them lightly, leaving some bigger white gaps and some of them close together. And again, I'm going to make sure that I'm stopping at the mountain. I'm not drawing over the mountain because that's going to make the mountain appear to be in the foreground, in the front. And I'm just going to fill in here on this side, making sure I'm not drawing across, and then just come to the other side of the mountain. And again, when I get to the clouds, I'm going to make sure I'm stopping at the edge and kind of coming through on the other side to make sure that those clouds are in front of the sky, going on either side of the tree, because the sky is behind the tree. So you don't want to draw through your things to give it so it draws attention to what is in front. And there you go. You have a landscape that is filled with all sorts of different lines. You have some of your straight lines and some curvy lines, some thicker lines and thinner lines. And then that is given the illusion that you have your grass, your different layers, and one is in front of the other. Because we didn't draw through them, we stopped at the edge to make them overlap, to give that illusion of space. So I want you to think about what you want in your landscape, whether you want big mountains, maybe you want more trees, you can maybe even add some water flowing through it, and then draw those different shapes in, and then fill it in with the different lines that you like. Have fun!